Previously on Tales of Estarion, our 5 heroes met in a tavern named the Black Jackal, and happened upon a man named Poorly Pete, a pegyar in bad circumstance. His wagon stolen, upon it goods meant for the Duke of the city. He sought the aid of our heroes in retrieving his goods, to which they assembled and agreed. After some careful reconnaissance, the party managed to secure a meeting with the group to try and take back the goods, before a strange dream of an evil pirate clouded Quarry's night. So, as we resume, Quarry, you find yourself awakening from quite a terrifying, almost nightmare in the middle of the day, suddenly jolting awake as the pegyar finishes talking, suddenly looks over and says, "Oh, you alright?"
Fine. Whew. Sorry, I haven't been sleeping well.
No, it's fine. I understand.
Bucket is rubbing Corey's back.
He's like clearly kind of half smiling, just not doing very well at attempting to hide how uncomfortable he is. So are we getting rooms for the night, or are we gonna do this tonight?
Probably best to get some sleep in you. I'm tired myself.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite weird. You're giving quite kind of impassioned speech there, and then you just like sort of like slumped over. That's creepy, like.
Is that something we need to worry about? Do you have a medical condition that just...
Yeah, you got narcolepsy?
No. Wait, wasn't that also narcolepsy?
It's when you just like go and you just fall asleep in the middle of the day.
Well, I do that at least once a day.
Okay, so you do.
No. I mean, I do it when I do it usually in a bed or in a.
That's just
barn.
sleeping.
I did it on an ant mound once.
That's just sleeping.
Oh, well then, yeah, I do the sleeping.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm used to roughing it.
Yeah, they do rooms here, but you may want to like ask the bartender about that. I don't know how many rooms they've got left.
Yeah, I'll. He kind of gets up, kind of awkwardly shifting away. It's like I'll ask him. You guys carry on. It's like and he just goes up to the bar.
Sort of leans over and looks at you and says, "What can I get you? You want some more milk or something?"
Can I get a glass of water?
Yeah, sure. Pours one out and then places some water in front of you.
Corey takes it, swirls it around like it's a fine vintage, and then splashes it on his face.
Before we speak, can I just double check that you're not here to flirt with me? Because I've had multiple people do so this week and it's been very disconcerting.
I'm a child.
That's why I'm hoping, and I'm praying that you're not here to do that.
I mean, I'm flattered. I guess. I mean,
Look, I've had an old guy flirt with me. I wouldn't surprise if I had a young one too.
I mean, Corey's kind of looking around, then kind of puts his elbow on the table and tries to give the most confused yet charming smile.
Please, it was an invitation to not flirt with me, not to flirt with me. Please do not do that.
Okay, cool, but it kind of gives a snap of the fingers. It's like, because
please stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
If you at any point say that you want my son for a job, I'm going to go insane.
I mean, actually, we could use some help. So if your son...
Well, I don't know where my son is, so...
Oh! Does he need rescue? Regardless, how about, I could use a room.
Oh, okay.
Not your room! Not your room!
No, my room is off limits. It's just me and my wife.
Oh, you have... Okay. I mean, that's cool because this is. I'm not sure what this is, but yeah, a normal room for people who sleep in beds.
Why are you saying that in a manner that suggests to me that you don't sleep in a bed,
Well,
or possibly don't sleep at all?
Well, no, to be frank with you, I've only recently started sleeping in a bed. I used to sleep in a pile of hay. He says it with just complete honesty.
The bed is more comfortable than hay, I can tell you that.
I know. Some lovely baker woman gave me a bed.
I've only got 2 rooms left, I'm afraid.
Oh. Okay. How much is one?
1 room's 5 silver for the night.
Okay. And how much is 2?
Double that, so gold.
What? Wait, how does 5 and 5 make 1?
It's 10 silver to a
Does it make-
gold.
It makes 10 silver, which is a gold.
Oh, well, I've been robbed multiple times then. Because I've been paying a lot for stew. Huh.
How much have you been paying for stew?
Well, when I got my pay for the military, and they gave me like a massive thing. I think it was like a couple gold, and some guy said that it was like 20 gold for a soup, and I thought that was just how it is. I thought expensive soup, but it was nice soup. It was nice soup. I got a free glass of.
Were you born yesterday?
No, I was born several years ago.
Okay, then you're definitely not getting alcohol in here.
Well, I'm quite mature for a dragon.
Sure you are. Look, I can give you 2 rooms. I can give you 2 room keys. I'll be a gold for the night.
Okay, wonderful.
Cheaper rates than most other places around here.
Random question.
Yes.
Do strange sea shanty screaming bandits ever break into these rooms?
You know what? If they do, you'll be the first to know.
Good. I look forward to it. Well,
You look forward to sea shanty bandits breaking into your room.
Hey, every hero needs a villain. Haha. You just gotta. Okay, I'm gonna go get the gold now, and he kind of turns and walks over to Kato and awkwardly kind of tugs on a piece of your clothing. It's like, hey, have you got gold?
I do. Is that the price of the room?
Yeah, for 2 rooms.
Oh, for
Also,
2.
gold is worth more than anyone's been telling me.
Should, Kato looks to the rest of the group. Should we split up the costs then, or?
Just here. And, Ilion will just hand over the gold.
Thank you. And Corey walks back and he's looking at the gold like, huh, so this is what this is worth. And he goes back and he slams it on the table and goes, there you are, handsome, please forget I just said that.
Just give me the gold.
Oh no!
Just give me the gold.
Traumatizing him across 2 characters.
The spirit has possessed you.
Corey's just looking down. It's like, I'm not sure what feelings are developing, but I'm not comfortable with them.
Being possessed by Drizzit.
This poor bartender.
So, is that it? Do I have to sign a contract to,
No, you just take the key and you go upstairs.
Oh! Really? I don't have to, wash the floors or anything?
You've done that before? Yeah, you have to wash the floors.
Ah, cool. He he walks over and he's just going to give the key to whoever's closest. And then, right, don't worry, I'll take care of the manual labour for the rooms. and he kind of cracks his knuckles. What's a few washed floors? Keeps the mind off the terrible nightmares. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go wash some floors.
Suppose that's
And
good of him to take on housekeeping's work.
It seems a bit unnecessary, but whoever floats his boat, I guess.
Yeah, but I guess we should, if there's only 2 rooms here, we should figure out, how we're dividing them.
Illyarian will go over to the bartender and just be like, sorry to bother you. How many beds are in each room?
2 beds.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then we'll return to the goods. There's 2 beds in each room.
Well, there are 5 of us, but I imagine I could sleep on the floor.
I don't mind sleeping on the floor.
Quarry from behind the bar now. He's just walked behind the bar. Just kind of waves back at you guys like, don't worry, I'm good. You guys can take the beds. And it gives a cheeky smile. It's like,
Well,
It's nice.
before we worry about that, we should figure out who's gonna be in the 3 room together.
Well, who would you be most comfortable sharing a room with then, miss?
It's Kato. And who out of you guys looks like the best dressed, less filthy?
I mean, you've got a tiny little guy. You got a
I'm a
big old
child.
guy, and you've got 2 others who aren't massive or small. I mean, I guess in terms of dress, that is up for you. Definitely. I don't mean to impose, but let's be real here for a moment. Hilarion, your clothes are a bit too big in
Yes,
most places, so
big and baggy.
not the nicest.
and
You
a
got
bit
like
Big and
tattered.
baggy. And yep,
You got like someone dressed in like sweaters and someone dressed in forest camo, and then there's like whatever Corey and Buck are wearing.
I am wearing oversized armor.
I'm trying to look like a hero.
General travel, yeah. It's just, it physically moves whenever he does. It's not form fitting.
Kato looks around at you and silently writes off, Buck. And then, immediately writes off Buck, and then, just in her head goes through a list and just slowly writes each one of you off until she looks at Corey and then Sylvester, and then is like, Sylvester, I suppose?
Okie dokie.
Then the rest of us will take the other room, I guess.
Corey turns to the bartender. Have you got a toothbrush?
A toothbrush.
Yeah, for the floors.
Why would you use a toothbrush for? I've got an actual brush. Would that not be more useful to you?
I mean, whichever you prefer. So it's your floor, however you want it treated. Oh,
He
can I
pulls
trouble?
out an actual brush.
Could I trouble you for a bucket of soapy water? I found it helps in the cleaning process.
Sure, I can get you some soap water.
Yes, win for Corey.
He heads out back and he gets a big bucket, puts some soap in it,
Corey
and returns with a soapy bucket.
takes it and looking up with just the most genuine smile. Where should I start?
Well, wherever you want to. It's all up to you. Only do your room. There's no need for anything else.
Okay. And he takes the bucket and just happily strolls off to, earn the rooms he has already paid for.
Okay. You head up to your room, and you guys see that these rooms are decently sized. There are indeed 2 beds in each room. It's both single beds. The makeup of the actual materials of the bed are of a pretty decent quality from what you can ascertain. In general, seems like it'll be a comfortable night.
Buck just throws himself onto one of the beds. He takes his shoes off and his feet reek.
Illyrian just kind of sets up a bedroll in the corner of the room, away from Buck.
You can't escape the smell.
Is there windows open?
There is a window, but it's one of those ones that doesn't open fully.
Oh, it's like a barred
Some
window.
fresh air is still better than none. And also, Illyrian will do prestidigitation on the socks in the hopes that maybe that'll help a little bit. It does not. But
Buck is snoring very loudly.
After working his knuckles blood red from cleaning the floors, Quarry eventually comes to whatever room. He's not really paying attention. By the time he's finished, he's tired, and he walks in, does his cloak and his armor, but keeps his sword nobly in hand, and he does not get on the bed. He literally lays down on the wood floor to the side of the bed and just kind of lays there, holding his sword as if it was a teddy bear, and just kind of curls up.
Does Quarry do Cato and Sylvester's room last or first?
Whichever you prefer. First.
Alright then. I don't have a thing to say about that then. But in their room, Cato does you watch her as you're bedding down, take off her ring, and she just kind of shoves it below the pillow, and then she's looks at you and says, "Don't be alarmed. This is just. I'm around. Don't be alarmed when I disappear." And then she touches the ring and she vanishes into it. It's her genie vessel, and she stays there for 4 hours of her rest.
Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed.
You sound alarmed.
I am not alarmed. This is normal.
Be not afraid.
This is normal. He just kind of curls back up, trying not to worry about the vanishing companion. She'll be back. She'll definitely.
I mean, you're not in the same room.
I don't know which room I'm in. Well, if not, then he'll just leave that room and go to the other one. He just needs a wooden floor to sleep on. He doesn't care where.
Sylvester is just going to shrug at this person randomly disappearing. He's just going to restring his bow, check all his arrows are in place, and while he's doing so, he's just going to say a small prayer in Elvish. It's "O Dael, lost warden of the night, may we one day reach the place where our burdens will be lifted. When we reach, there sure where our wishes will be granted. Under your shattered eye, we shall continue in our duty." And then after that, just lie down in my bed and enter my trance for 4 hours.
You feel... There's no response, of course, but yet just saying the words makes you feel a bit more whole, a bit more calm, a bit more rested. And for you, it'll be no trouble getting to sleep tonight. What about the rest of you? Is there anything you do before heading to sleep?
Just as I said.
Just cleaning and cleaning.
No, I mean, just about the whole curling up on the floor with his sword.
Is that in a fetal pose or?
Well, I mean, he literally just takes off the armor. He doesn't cover himself with his cape or anything. He just literally kind of half fetal, half kind of just lying on the floor, curled up around his sword, which he's clutching like a teddy bear, and just. I mean, it doesn't look comfortable, but he looks used to it.
Okay. Nothing else for the night then? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just kind of like curled up in a corner like a cat. Their tails just kind of like slowly.
We have beds.
Yeah, well, as far as Elarian was aware, like Quarry and Buck would be taking their beds.
See, I mean, for the looks of it, Quarry has taken the floor.
Well, Corey did offer you the bet. He said he didn't want the bet. He's earned it for you guys.
Yeah, but Quarry also came in later, so Elarian's probably was already asleep by the time. Came in, just light tail waving until it stops as he falls asleep.
Well, when you wake up the next morning, Quarry and Alarian, you wake up to an empty bed in your room. Buck just enjoying a nice bed. I'd say the bed is almost too small for you a little bit, Buck. It's just, I mean, obviously it's tall, but it's not very wide. So you struggle to not like fall over and immediately fall out of bed.
I imagine Buck does roll off of the bed in the morning accidentally and makes a very loud noise. The floor shakes and it wakes everybody up.
Yep. All of you awaken to the sound. Oh, is that an earthquake? No, it's Buck waking up.
Like, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to make sure you guys were awake.
Are you okay?
Yep. I'm good. I'm getting my morning stretches in, and you see Buck just tries to start stretching. He can't. He can barely get past his knees.
Corey just like clicks out his neck. Like, that was refreshing. Ow.
And in the other bedroom, what do you just wake up in the same way? Is there a moment of wonder of thinking, well, why weren't there 5 beds and only 4 of us need a bed because one of us can stay inside a magic ring? Did they not take the floor?
Well, Kato can only stay in for 4 hours of a rest. So,
oh, that is true. Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like
so 2 hours of the rest you have to stay.
Yeah, but my roommate.
Well, are your 4 hours are considered 6 hours? Or is it only considered 4 hours? It's considered. Yeah, it's later level. It's considered a long rest.
Yeah, I can stay in there a number of hours equal to twice my proficiency bonus. So for now, it's just 4, but it'll get more as we level up. And eventually I will be the one sleeping on the floor in a ring.
Corey would never allow the ring to sit on the floor, but make a little pillow for it.
I would say that, like, since, like, Sylvester only needs a trance for 4 hours, like, he's probably spent the last few hours, like, doing, like, some sort of, like, Tai Chi, or, like, some sort of, like, aerobic exercise. And then, when, like, he hears the heavy thud of like, falling out of bed, he'll just, like, oh, it looks like everyone's up bright and early, and just, like, start getting his things ready for breakfast.
Since you're an elf, you would have, like, around the time you're transcended, Kato would have been sleeping on the bed again because she would have popped out of the ring. So.
Okay. Well, if you guys do head down, there actually is some breakfast available.
Oh, do we not make it? They make it for you?
I sell it. Yeah, that's what I kind of do here. I sell things.
What? That is... You should market that.
I attempt to. Yeah.
Is it what's on the plates? Does it look delicious?
Well, nothing's on the plates, so you can order. Usually his breakfast menu is a ploughman's or a beef stew, which is beef left over from the previous day, or assorted salad, or grain, which is sort of basically just a sort of grainy mix of wheat and rice and that sort of stuff.
I want it all.
Well, it'll cost you a lot to have all of it.
How much?
You also can't eat that much. Oh, breakfast is 2 silver.
Eleven will hand over, or like awkwardly place another gold, pay for everyone's breakfast.
I love you.
Please don't.
Well, thank you. That's quite generous.
Yeah, thank you kindly.
It's fine.
Well, okay. So what will each of you have? A good introspection into your character is what they eat for breakfast. For those of you who don't know, because I don't know if it's just in British or something, a ploughman's is, it's what somebody who's ploughing the fields would eat. So it's meant to give you enough energy for the day. So usually we're talking like a roll or loaf of bread with cheese and butter.
That does sound good.
No pickles? The fuck is
You
this?
can have pickles with your ploughman if you want. I know people who do. Usually it's more of a lunch, because you get ploughman's lunch and ploughman's breakfast. Ploughman's lunch has a lot of salad with it as well. If you want a deluxe one, maybe you might even be able to convince him to also give you a pork pie. Ooh.
Oh, now you're just showing off. Fucking hell.
Pork pie with your ploughman's?
Quarry is far too polite and doesn't realise how little it is because someone else is paying, so he'll literally just take the ploughman.
Ploughman's isn't little. Ploughman's is enough to last you a whole day, really. It's basic ingredients, but there's a lot of them. You're not getting scammed for 2 silver here. I'll tell you that. This is a hearty meal.
Yeah. A hearty meal, bread and cheese. Good for the soul.
Ilarion will just be like, I'm sorry if this is asking too much. Do you have pickles with the ploughmans?
Yeah, I could throw in some pickles. Let me go check. He sort of heads out back and picks up some.
What's a pickle?
For those of you who don't know costs, by the way, just as an idea of what this place is, this is modest, like this inn and tavern. So it's 5 silver, it's 5 silver for the room, 2 silver to 3 silver for the food. So, this isn't like some big, noble, old fancy place. This is some nice foods served in a decent way, and your room's not leaking or anything, so it's perfect. He comes back with a full jar of pickles, which he pulls a couple out of and he places them. He says, "Do you want them on the bread or separate?"
Just separate will do. Thank you very much.
Alright, he just places some pickles alongside them.
Will that be extra or...?
No. Oh. No need for that. It's just some pickles. It's not a lot.
Thank you.
When I look back at my cost reports at the end of the month, I'm not going to say, I didn't charge for some pickles,
Thank you.
So what creature did you cut these from?
Pickles?
It's just, I wasn't aware you could eat that part. Corey's kind of rubbing the back of his head. It's
you don't get a pickle, you make a pickle.
He kind of looks at the pickle, looks at him. Looks
It's
back
from a
at
plant.
Michael.
It's from a plant.
It's
Yeah,
a-
you just put a cucumber in some salt water for a little while. Turns into this.
Oh, I thought it was like a troll.
No, it's not. He just like cuts it off there and says, "No, it's not that."
Oh, good, wonderful. Don't eat that again. May I have one?
Again? Sure, you can have a pickle of yours.
Just a little slow crunch.
Right, what are you, the rest of you, having then?
Sylvester will also have the ploughman's, but he'll also like ask for like a cup of tea with like a lot of sugar in it.
Oh, I say, what a breakfast, a hearty breakfast. That will be an extra 2 silver.
Right, I'll pay an extra 2 silver for that.
Okay. Alright, you pay it up, and once you have done so, you are given a nice hot tea. He gives a pot of tea and a cup as well.
Nice.
Anything from the rest of you that you want to have some breakfast?
Kato would, if there's any more thing more unique to the region that the tavern has, then Kato would have that for breakfast.
Sure. Probably something along those lines.
Yeah.
And is that everybody's satisfied with their meal?
Oh, Buck is just eating whatever's put in front of him.
Beef stew it is. For a beef stew for a growing boy.
You got that right. He pats his belly.
Okay.
Next time we get full English.
What's in England?
It's a kind of squirrel.
So you finishing your breakfasts. You don't have your planned meeting until sort of the approaching the evening, but you are aware that you have a day to spend. How do you guys want to spend it?
We should get smoke bombs. Ooh. Or like cow traps. Ooh. Or like a horn so we can alert the authorities.
I was thinking ambush might be an okay idea if we want to make an appeal to force.
I doubt we'll be able to do this peacefully or actually pay for it, so yes, we should spend time coming up with a plan. I'm not sure about an ambush unless we can get Pete to identify that they have the items from a distance. But
Ooh. How about you go up and speak to them and kind of get them to reveal the items? I'll come with you. I've got a shield, and I'll be your bodyguard. While the others are sneaking around, waiting for when it all goes bad, and then they can rush in, and we can arrest them all.
We don't
But
have the powers
came-
to arrest.
sorry?
We don't have the powers to arrest, so that idea doesn't work.
Well, then we just break the kneecaps. He says with a smile.
We could probably like hand them over to the guards after we subdue them, I guess.
Yes.
Uh,
It's about the
yes.
kneecaps. Crime must pay. It's very important.
I don't think it's a bad idea that I go up and talk to them while you guys are ready for an ambush. I think Buck should come with because he was the one who was with me last time.
You're very good at protecting people.
We could both go.
Yes, both of you could come. I just think Buck should come just for the sake of continuity.
That's it. Buck is a sly one.
I do indeed have the stealth. So if you want me up front without sneaking around and back, guess that call is yours to make.
Perhaps
Yeah, I
we
do get
should
the sense-
lay our skills on the table for each other, so we kind of know what would be the best role for everyone.
Well, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I am a not yet ordained paladin. Also, I can spit lightning. It's it's no big deal, but it's very impressive. I've gotten at least 4 foxes on the road with it, and one guy who tried to knife me. But yeah. So I can. I've been in a few scrapes.
Well, I do think you shouldn't, with your armor, you shouldn't be the one sticking to the shadows at the very least. As for myself, I have my own way with words, as you can have seen, and I wield magic. Not that geared towards combat, to be honest, at all, but I know how to fight. I have been trained in such ways.
I can.
Guess I'm.
Sorry. After you.
You can go
After you.
first.
Sorry.
Okay.
This is too polite!
So polite.
I pick Yao Hei!
I'm
Okay.
English and this is too polite.
Okay, that's good. Well, I guess on the inverse of that, I've been trained with like a number of weapons. Well, I mainly favor the longbow, so I can have a very good shot in my humble estimation, but I can also fight up close if necessary. And like, he sort of like looks at like the tattoo on his hand briefly. I do have like a bit of magic, but it's not particularly strong. I could maybe like get someone back on their feet or make my attacks a bit stronger, but I don't have that much I can do at the moment.
But you can snipe them from the roof. Oh, it's awesome.
If the big house someone that's obviously the head of the other group in this interaction, I have a spell which I can make people less good at doing certain things, depending, and I can make them less good at perceiving things if she can give them disadvantage on checks, ability checks
Or
per
he
choice.
just brings up a knife. It's like slowly brings up a knife. It's like looking at you like, a knife? that can make them not perceive well.
I have some magical ability of my own. I'm not the best, but I could try and make them sleep, depending on how many there are. So we might be able to knock them all out and then just take the stuff and go while they're asleep.
Worth a shot.
I'm also able to charm people if it comes down to it. I can make I suppose if it works, up to 3, but I'd be spending all of my magic to do so.
Well, who knows? Perhaps when we go up and speak to them, they'll renounce their criminal ways and just give us the items.
Kato gives you a smile that is, slightly patronizing, and just says, well, that would be the ideal scenario, but I'm certain we shouldn't count on that.
Yeah, probably right on that. But if we have like the three of us up front, somebody, I don't know, on the roof with the bow, and someone ready to sleep them if things go wrong, then I think we're perfectly capable of doing this with minimal skull crushing.
Sounds like a
Which is
plan.
good.
Okay, with that decided, what you doing now? Got a plan? What to do with it?
Do you guys want to play a game?
Up until nightfall.
Buck's eyes light up.
Up until nightfall.
I mean, oh, never mind. What game?
Okay. I've never actually had someone say yes to this. How about you guys pick the game?
How about we go and play I Spy at this meeting point as we scout us out?
It's a good plan.
never
Yeah.
mind.
Figure out where we'll stand.
We do know where it is. We could scout it out.
I would suggest that I don't do the I Spy. This armor tends to clank a lot. It shakes and makes a bunch of sounds. But I'm not super good at. Plus, if they see us, they'll be like, "Whoa, what are those guys doing?" And then they'll, I don't know, cut our horns off and feed them to us in ground mince. You know?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I-
Just kind of reaches up and gently put the hands on the horns protectively. Like that sounds like a terrible idea. Let's not do that.
So no, it's good. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. It's just, I just think those who are really good at being stealthy. So I assume not me and not Buck.
Not me
What?
either. Then
A Buck is like, he looks defeated.
Well, why not Buck? I think Buck seems like a fairly agile fellow.
Oh, well, sure. If you think you can, I'm sure you'll do great.
So as you guys begin to play a game, so to speak, we will take a short break. King Lyco the Silver inherited the throne via election under strange circumstances. This was because he was the one who led the revolution, which eventually won during the War of the Houses, which resulted in Eorsta having a fair and balanced voting system in the elective monarchy it holds today. While not much was expected of him at first, Lyco earned the name the Silver as a posthumous title for ushering in the Silver Age of Eorsta, which the nation is still within. A time in which Eorsta elevated itself as the great power in Estarion. His death around Dialfast in 1314, after over a century as monarch, shook not just Eorsta but the entire world. Eorsta, in 1315, now finds itself in an election year, and soon a new king shall be elected. You guys spend the rest of your day playing some games, I believe it was I Spy, but you are at a meeting point, a pre-arranged meeting point, when you guys notice coming up ahead a wagon, which is approaching, or it's sort of a nearby bridge. It's quite heavily armoured. Oh, not armored, but protected. This wagon.
Oh.
And
Is anyone hiding?
Yeah. Okay,
yes, that's a good question. What are you guys doing here? The area around you, you guys are standing around a statue in the middle. This statue is of one of the Valiants, who saved Port Isk a long time ago. This one being Siam, now known as the Fiendling Prince.
How far is the nearest buildings?
So from you have a building literally about 20 feet to your right, or to your left.
Kato would be obviously out in the open, and I guess Quarry would be too if he still wants to be the bodyguard in this situation.
Absolutely, I'm here to protect you, milady.
You can hide where you want to. Getting onto rooftops here is a bit more difficult because there's not too much stuff going up. I'd say the building you're next to, Kato, you could probably get onto the roof quite easily. There's some tables and some boxes and some stuff you could climb up on, even if you're not that athletic. Otherwise, the only real place to hide here is sort of the alleyways or behind buildings. So that's up to you.
Is Pete with us since he was gonna?
Yeah, Pete would be with you. Pete, right now, it's up to you if you want Pete to hide or to be obvious, I suppose.
I imagine we want to discuss this as part of our plan. Do we want him to try and identify from a distance, or be up close with me to identify?
Maybe it'd be good to have them there to identify.
It probably would be better if he was right up front with me.
Then he could duck out and dodge if things go bad, but when things go bad.
Yeah. We'll just tell him that if things get hairy, to just he was supposed to brought a wagon, so either to duck into the alleyway or lag and just get to safety is what we would have.
He wouldn't bring his wagon this far in, but he has it nearby.
Just get to safety if things get hairy would be what Kato tells him.
I'll say he can get onto a roof. He's a nimble lad.
Oh,
Pete.
He's a hooded woman.
I said not to mention the tokens.
Oh, sorry.
Pete, the sort of peg-lid man, climbs his way onto the roof of this place, and he says, I'm sure from a distance.
Before we start splitting up, can I say that I'll just clasp my right hand and the tattoo on it will briefly have this greenish glimmer of magical energy that will run through it. And when I open my hand again, there are 10 silvery berries, almost that look like they're made out of moonlight, sitting in my palm. I think I cast
Did
good.
These berries look good?
They look very good. They're very good berries. I'm casting good berry, and I'll hand everyone one berry so that everyone has one, and I have 6 in my back pocket. I'll just say, if you're feeling down or someone gets really badly hurt, just pop one of these. It won't do much, but it will get you on your feet, hopefully. And I'm not going to go on the roof. Actually, I'm going to try and hide in this alley over here. So if things go very badly, I might be able to run over, but I can also shoot from here.
Berries are slightly better than potions. I say they're a free object interaction to get someone up using them. So yeah, having some good berries is a very good thing.
Without anybody seeing, Buck just eats his good berry.
Well, it fills you for a full day. It's very nourishing.
It's like Lambus ran all over again.
Oh, I love Buck. I have to protect him.
Okay, Buck, where are you gonna? Are you gonna hide? So you're not gonna hide because you and Quarry are the protectors, are you?
Yeah. So Buck will be on the other side of.
Okay. So you are acting as bodyguards when the wagon pulls up to its final stop, which is literally on the bridge. And a man who was sat at the front alongside the driver hops off, and he sort of signals for his men to sort of watch the wagon as he himself walks forward and approaches. You are the one who wished to speak. Yes. You see this man, surprisingly quite young looking, perhaps in his 20s or early 30s. He dresses in full black leather that covers his entire body, aside for a red cape which he wears, which goes down onto the ground behind him. He has this sort of... It's blonde hair, but it's so pale, this blonde, that you could almost call it a shade of white or cream. His face, quite sharp and quite well-formed, and he sort of looks over at you and says, you wish to purchase the goods taken, from what I understand, belonging to the Duke of...
I do.
Well, we've got plenty of goods aboard. And snaps his fingers, and you see the men walk back around and they begin to pick up some stuff from the back, these boxes, and begin to carry these boxes around, and they start placing them in front of the horses and in this general area. Very large. Some of these are very large boxes, some of them are very, very small ones. And they place all of these, and then he said, and then one of them brings around this box that isn't a box, it's more like a sealed, like, not concrete. Concrete isn't a thing. Well, it is a thing, but not much of a thing here. But it is like this almost lead casing. And this man turns around and says, no, not that one. We're keeping that one. Put that back. And the man just nods and brings the thing back into the back of the wagon. He gives all of you a sort of eye and says, this is your protection, is it?
Yes, they
I
are.
was told you'd had some. Alright, very well. So, as you can see, I've got plenty of goods here, and I'm wondering what you've got to offer for them. I can see you're one of some nobility yourself.
I am. May I look at what you brought before I make any offers?
You may look but not touch. And he sort of guides you to follow him. He walks over towards these boxes, and one of his men hands him a crowbar. He sort of slams into the top of one of these boxes, pushes it open, and you see a box full of leaves.
Okay, Kato would also, as a point, just stand to not block the view of Pete. Just like,
yeah, of Pete's view.
Can she make some kind of check to identify them?
I'd say nature, arcana, or history. Just use whichever's best.
No.
That's a natural one. No idea what these look like. Just like leaves you get off the tree. You can see the value in them.
Slightly at her companions to see if they have any, like, just to see if they recognition lights up in their eyes or anything like that.
But I'd say Buck can give it a go. I don't know if Quarry would have encountered this before.
Yeah, but Buck will see if take a little gander.
You definitely would have experienced this before. I guess this is more a check to see if you actually would associate what it is with what it is. History or nature, I would say.
Okay, they are both -1, so...
Yep, I had a feeling.
That's a 14.
14, okay, that's decent. These are, these specifically, you don't know the breed, but you think they're a type of kaika leaf, which is, a kaika is a tree which only grows in Troros and tropical regions. But its leaf, if you were to crush its leaf and then light it, it makes a very good drug. Causes very good hallucinations. It is mostly usually used in, like hookah machines, that sort of thing. It is a very strong and very illegal substance.
Very illegal. Okay. Buck is gonna be like, I have some associates that have partaken of this substance before.
Doesn't surprise me. Most people have. There's also this, and he walks over and he cracks open another box. Inside this one, it's more easy to tell. This is just some food and some breads, some goods, that sort of generic thing. And the third box he shows you, he opens it up, and you see there is a person inside who is bound and gagged.
Oh my god. This is just me, the player. What is it? Like,
shit.
what are they?
Taking a look, they appear to be an elven woman, early 20s. No identifying features of them, so to speak. Nothing unique, but they have brunette hair, very sort of tanned skin, and dress in you would say armor, leather armor.
Kato makes sure to like keep a tight rein on that mask of neutrality, and
Or is it slipping?
we'll look back to the dude and just kind of nod and not say anything and see if he's going to show any other products.
That's all I think is necessary to show.
Okay. Alright, Kato will cast Charm Person on this dude right here.
Yep. Okay. What's the save he has to make?
A Wisdom save, DC 15.
Okay, make me wisdom save DC 15.
Oh my god. You know a first card.
13.
Something about this guy makes him seem really friendly.
Curse my own high DC.
Well, I'll say, Quarry, you actually see something with this. Both Quarry and Buck, because you're close. You see, because obviously it's not a silent spell, you hear the verbal and somatic of Kaito casting something. But you notice this guy is mumbling the exact same thing and doing the same hand movements. And then Kaito seems a lot more calm all of a sudden.
Yeah. I also would have, as a bonus action, have cast Hex. I don't know if I would have gone around.
I'll allow you to have cast Hex because I think you may have cast it beforehand. So
Okay, yeah, I just want to give him disadvantage on
Hex is not reflected. Which you picking?
Wisdom, so perception checks and
Okay,
stuff.
so yeah, so disadvantage on Wisdom saving throws.
No, checks.
Not saving throws.
Checks.
Which should insight, perception. This hopefully will be useful in this circumstance.
Yes, I think so. Okay.
Does the person who's bound, are they awake? Are they actively struggling?
No, they appear to be unconscious.
Excuse me.
Corey's too outraged by this. So you say he notices Kato start to lull.
Cast a spell.
Okay. In which case, Corey, kind of seeing this, he's just going to start it off. It may not be the right decision, but it's the decision he's making. He is just going to, seeing her start to lull, immediately kind of turn on his heels, turn towards the car and the group on the bridge, and he is just going to open his mouth and let loose a sudden crack of lightning that kind of surges through his mouth and shoots out.
So that's 15 foot, is it? Or 20 foot?
Let me double check it, because I'm not sure where it's at this level. 30 foot, but 5 foot wide.
30 foot.
So
so that will get 3 of them.
Yeah.
If you were to
So
go here. Yeah. Okay, so there are 3 of these men stood in a line, and you just blow some lightning breath on them. Roll me damage, I guess. I'll roll their deck saves.
So stack of 1d10 this time. Come on, give me a 7.
Let's see. So this is a... So you 7 damage. That is a... I won't say the rolls, I'll say the results. You see 2 of them get singed by your fire suddenly as they begin to feel these burns. But one at the back is just screaming as his armor burns so badly it burns into him. And you've taken one of them out, and the other 2 have been wounded by this sudden strike. And I want all of you to roll me initiative.
Oh yeah.
Kato would have immediately snapped at you, Quarry! But yeah.
They have the prisoner!
Adam!
Rescue the weak and all that.
Buck got a 22 on initiative.
I also got a 22. I do have a dexterity. I do have a +5 bonus to dexterity. So not.
I got 14.
Very nice. So that will be a 15 for 15 for this guy. And what about this big man back here? 8. And I will do a combined turn for all of the, the henchman minion types.
I forgot I have advantage against being charmed. I need to roll that wisdom save once more.
Well, you forgot when it happened, so it does affect you. It should end anyway because they're about to be hostile towards you, or you've been hostile towards them. So I'll say it's broken just because you're aware that there's a combat going on, which is a parameter of breaking charm person.
This spell.
So I'll say it's broken regardless.
Okay.
And that will be 19. Great. Okay, first up on the order is Sylvester.
Alright, gonna ask how bulky does this man seem? Does he seem more durable than the rank and file, or does he seem?
Do you want me to answer as in his muscle mass or his bulkiness, or as in his how strong he appears?
Does he look like
he doesn't appear strong. He appears like that's the main guy.
Okay, I'm just wondering if he could take an arrow, or I should thin out the mass. But I think I'll start. With...
he can take a lot of arrows.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna start with the rank and file first. So I will duck out of cover here and move to here. I'll just look up at the moon in the sky as I run, just say, guide my aim, and I will. With my bonus action, the same mark that's tattooed on my hand will appear above this schmuck's head very briefly in a sort of flash of silver as I hunters mark him.
Yep.
And then I will take a shot at him with my longbow.
Right, go ahead.
It's a 12 to hit.
Let me check his AC. That will hit, yeah.
Okay, that will do 14 damage.
Yeah, the Hunter's Mark only deals 1 extra, but it is enough to take him down.
Alright, and then with the rest of my movement, I will move back into cover over to here, and end my turn.
Okay, Buck, you're up next, and then on deck is this strange leading figure. What do you want to do?
Buck sees that shit is going down. His first instinct is to run, but then he sees the little guy and Kato in danger, and so he grabs his weapon and he's going to jump and he's going to try and attack the blonde guy.
Okay, go ahead.
14 to hit.
You suddenly strike forward with your rapier, and as you do, you watch as your sort of strike shoots almost directly at him, but rather than it hit him, it almost seems to go through him for a moment. As you realise that it almost seems like he's somewhat displaced from where he actually is. Like there's 2 of him in the same place at once. Your eye unable to focus on the real one. But yes, that would be all that you accuracy, yeah.
Yep. So Buck is very confused, and he pulls back his sword and he starts like staring at it. He's like, is there something wrong with this? He's kind of winging it around.
On and off again.
Yeah, turn it on and off again. Let's see if it works next time out, lad. Sure, it'll be fine.
But that'll be all that Buck can do.
Okay. On his turn, he puts on this hood. He pulls up his hood, and as he does so, a mask appears upon his face. This sort of white visage of a mask with this sort of expression on it that you can't even describe in words. This sort of creepy smile. But the eye holes remain still open, so you're able to see his eyes, which turn black the entire way through. And he pulls, almost from thin air in front of you, Buck, 2 daggers, one into each of his hands, and suddenly slices at you with both of them. That would be a 18 and a 12.
The 18 will hit.
Okay, you take 6 slashing damage.
Buck's hit.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, Kato, what do you want to do? Next on deck is one of the main guys.
Kato withdraws her rapier and will we can move through ally spaces, right?
Yes, you can move through ally spaces for no cost, but you can't move through hostile spaces.
Kato withdraws her rapier and dances around Buck, and then swings around until she's flanking the.
Yep. So that's -2 AC.
Yep. And the water starts to appear on her rapier in little droplets before it solidifies into a thin frost along it, and she'll strike out.
Okay, roll to hit. A 20 will definitely hit, yeah. You strike out, and it seems like you don't hit a visage this time. You seem to strike and you hit directly into him, and he sort of lets out this angered as this like cold spreads across his back for a moment.
And as the strike lands, there's also a little pulse of like his veins briefly turn black as the necrotic damage from the hex also latches on.
Yes.
And then she
Very nice.
looks at to Buck and says, "I know your next strike will be true," and gives him a bardic inspiration. I think
very nice.
it's a D6 at this level.
It should be a D6 at this level, yes. Okay, well, if that is all, next up, one of the ones at the back will suddenly notice the fight going down and say, "Oh, they always want to fight." And this one sort of says, "Get 'em, men!" And he's going to use his action just to dash into the fray to flank Buck. And he uses bonus action for a rallying cry. So his men get an extra 10 feet of movement, which they will now use as it is their combined turn. Buck, you see that they are almost seeming not to target you, but seeing you as the the threat with your size and your weaponry. And so one rushes towards you, one rushes to flank you, Kato. Kato, you are finding yourself quite quickly surrounded by the amount of these. Taking a look, there appear to be 7 of them still standing, with 2 of them deceased. They can't reach there, but they can reach there. And they will do so. All of them sort of rushing their way and making their ways past the wagon ahead of them. But Quarry, you will find yourself flanked, and both of them are going to attempt an attack on you for, spitting fire on their friends. Lightning, yes. Which is still a dick move in their mind. 16 to hit and an 8 to hit.
The 16 just hits.
Okay. That would be 4 slashing to you. The other of these lieutenants of this group is now going to rush forwards on his turn to once again surround Buck, making Buck completely vulnerable from all sides. And is then going to attack you, Buck. And then will also attack with his bonus action, Quarry. So that is a 6 on Quarry and a 13 on Buck.
My AC's down 2, right?
It'll be down by 2, yes.
13 does not hit.
Okay. So it does not hit, is what you're saying.
Right.
Good, okay. So both of them miss. What was your AC again? Oh, your initiative again, sorry.
14.
Okay, I'll add you now. Well, you miss your turn this time.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're just a bit slower. You're like, huh? What's going on? Or maybe Illyrian's a bit scared. Who knows? Quarry, you're now up, and you are not surrounded, but almost surrounded.
Quarry, surprised how quickly he's gotten kind of surrounded. He kind of holds his shield up and then pulls from his sheath his blade, this beautiful kind of custom-made blade that is so worn and tattered through age that it's mostly a wreck. And he swings around like, "Now you will taste the might of Bright Roar!" And he's going to just slash out towards the guy directly in front of him. Oh god, if the casual gatherer, this gentleman, so to the north of me, just like slashes out.
That's a natural 20.
Ooh, yeah.
Which one was this targeted at? It's
This one.
Yes. He is dead. That is 11 damage.
Slices.
This guy was already on fire before lightning was, caught lightning before all across his chest, and now he's got slicing across him.
And then he turns back, and Corey's eyes kind of focus, and he opens his mouth, and he just says something, and just call it like Droch, and I'm going to telekinetically shove this guy away from me. Corey got tricks for days.
So it is a 14 strength save on this. Let's see. So this is one below you, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Here's a load. That's a 17.
Said okay, he doesn't move. He resists the demand to move. But then Corey just steadies himself with his shield, looking at this guy who just tried to move with the confidence that he just killed one of his allies. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. We return to the top of the order with Buck, and then Sylvester.
Well,
on,
Sylvester goes before me.
Wait, why have you got 22 now? Did you re-roll your initiative?
No, I had 22. We both had 22. Sylvester has a higher dexterity.
Oh, Sylvester has an eye. Yes, Sylvester
and then
has high dex.
when you reordered it, adding Illyrian, and it put Buck back up in front of Sylvester.
Okay, well, Sylvester, you're up.
Alright then, Sylvester will rush out again, and the silvery moth-like sigil will appear above the head of this unfortunate fellow, as I'm going to move my hunter's mark to him and take a shot at him.
Watch this one.
Yes, this one to the left of Kato.
Okay, this one here. Okay, yep. His hunter's marked. So roll to hit for me.
Another 12.
That'll hit.
And that he'll take 16 piercing damage.
That's a one shot.
I just headshot him.
Yeah, just absolutely just headshot. You like point your finger to make the huntsman mark, and the hunter's mark appears as your sigil above his head, and then just straight into the head.
He has a family.
Yeah, his family hated him, man.
And I will.
The numbers are dwindling now. There's now only 5 of these sort of grunts left.
Yep, I'm going to actually stay here and end my turn.
Okay, Buck, what do you want to do?
So Buck is completely surrounded on all sides. He's got this creepy
Yep.
guy with a mask in front of him. The two lieutenants are swinging at him. Buck is scared. And Buck is also getting angry.
What would Buck like to do about that?
Buck is gonna go into a rage.
Hell yeah.
The cinnamon bun can rage.
And Buck is going to angrily swing at the lieutenant that's between him and Quarry with his rapier.
Go ahead.
And he completely misses with a 9.
Have that D6.
So angry. You can add a d6. Yes, that is true. So
I-
you got to a 15 here. So if you get a 6, go ahead.
That's a 5.
Sadly won't hit. That's a 14.
Ugh.
So 14 won't hit.
Just more tears streaming off of Buck's face as he swings wildly.
I'd say you swing and it would have hit, but he just gets his 2 daggers in front of you and almost like grabs your rapier as you swing down, and he like pushes it away.
That's even with his AC lowered by 2 for being flanked by me and Quarry.
Yep.
Okay, just checking.
That's why I said it was 50, because it isn't 50, but he's flanked. Okay. On his turn, he is going to attack Kato with a slice and a stab and a who's that? That is a 24 to hit Kato, and then a follow-up strike on Buck is a 14 to hit.
14 will miss.
Okay, there's a 24 hit Kato.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that misses. You can trust me.
6 slashing damage. And with his bonus action, he is going to Misty Step right in front of Sylvester. Or Misty Step here and then run right in front of you, Sylvester. This is, so technically it's 40 foot. So it'd be 30 foot teleport, 10 foot run, right up to you. Kato, what do you want to do? The man has suddenly disappeared in a puff of smoke in front of you.
Kato instantly, stays in the spot, but, swings around to, survey, taking the battlefield again to see if she can see him, and, I assume sees him over there, but,
Yep.
She still has enemies to deal with. She's not gonna risk taking 3 hits while she heads after him, so she, swings around into the guy in front of her, tries to stab him.
Okay, go ahead. Roll to hit. That is... Ooh! A 15 will definitely hit. But he's not hexed, so that's only the 7 damage.
Oh yeah, he's not. I need to unmark that. But the cold damage, he does take 2 cold damage.
Okay, well if he takes a 2 cold damage, that'll be enough to kill him.
The cold comes from Genie's wrath, so.
Yes. There you go, that does actually take it down.
Genius.
And I that'll be her turn.
It's this way around, so. Okay. Next up, the lieutenant behind you, Buck, sees you sort of raging, getting angry, and says, how about we make him angrier? And he just slices at you once again. 14 to hit and a 22 to hit.
14 misses, the 22 hits.
Yeah, so that's 7 slashing damage.
We round down.
Round down, yes,
So
because it would be resistant. 3 damage.
Buck is still hurt, but he's not as hurt.
Yep. Illyrian, you're up. What do you want to do?
Illyrian, seeing all this, is going to just mutter some curse words in Elvish under their breath and sprint out from their hiding place past this stall and next to this barrier thing and seeing the strange masked figure over by Sylvester will whip out their spellbook, point a finger and cast Firebolt
Nice.
and try and hit.
Nice. So this is the one right in front, the one here, the Iron Quarry.
No,
Okay.
the one with the mask. It's 120 feet.
Oh, it is. That's true. Yeah, you've got 120 feet on that bad boy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's a miss with a 7.
So a 7 will miss.
Yeah.
That is correct. Then not the greatest you could have rolled there, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's all I can really do.
Okay. The bandit behind Kato will... both of them, actually, because there's 2 there. Well, one will move to flank Kato, and then the other... And then they'll both attack. That -2 AC. Oh my goodness, so effective. A 4 and a 7 means that -2 AC doesn't do
I
much
was
for
about
them.
to say, that makes my AC 11. They have all the chance, but...
4 and 7.
Nope.
And then the one next to you, Buck, will attack. 19 to hit.
Yep.
That's 7 slashing, which is half the 3 again. And the one next to Quarry will attack.
Eat your good
With
berry.
I have some bad news for you, Quarry.
Crit.
With a natural 20.
Hit me.
11.
You wouldn't
slashing
hit a
damage.
child, would you?
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
How much damage, sorry?
11. 11 slashing.
I am on 3.
Yes, you're looking very, very weak at that moment. Okay, this guy, once again, is going to actually use his action to disengage. And then is going to move to Illyrium.
Oh no.
And then, yeah, this large guy has suddenly just left the fight, like blocked every attack coming towards him, and then just ran towards you, Illyrian, at like full speed. Quarry, what do you want to do?
Oh god, that changes a few things. Quarry shall does. So let me just check the movement. I did have him planned. Then I got stabbed.
Yes, getting stabbed does ruin plans a lot. Can confirm.
Okay, Quarry, after being hit, is kind of on the back and kind of feeling a great deal of pain. Starts kind of like tearing up, like, and kind of holding the wound. And for a minute, he kind of almost looks ready to run before he kind of grits his teeth, and he's just going to. He will take an opportunity of attack. Actually,
With 3 HP?
it'd be really good if I do this. It could really help.
You're gonna. It depends if this attack of opportunity hits. The chances of you going down is very high. It's if it helps change your mind, the way you're going, for some reason, you decided to take a route where 2 people would be able to attack you, by going this way.
I was just spacing out.
If you go this way, only one person has an attack.
I
of
was
opportunity.
going to go behind them and then use my remaining lightning breath to like try and hit all 3 of them.
Oh, what, you were going to try and go here, and then do that.
Yeah, but I need to be at further enough distance not to hit my ally. So I need to be.
Just hit me, it's
Hit.
fine.
No, that distance is fine to hit your ally. Going this way, you would only give 1 attack of opportunity. But again, you have 3 health.
I will take the chance for the chance to help my allies.
Alright. I'm going to roll this one publicly. That's a 4.
That one!
That's a nat 1.
Quarry's hope.
Nat 1.
He drops his weapon.
Curve.
No, we don't do punishing that one.
And as he kind of rolls Essie, like he's in great amount of pain, he just turns it into a festering rage as lightning starts to crackle back through his, like between his teeth, and he lets out another kind of like crack bolt of lightning just to like hit all 3 in a row.
Okay. Right, so it's a dex save from all 3 of them.
It's a 30-foot line, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
if it still hits you, then I can move here. So it'll
No,
be-
it wouldn't hit.
I wouldn't
It
hit.
would be from
It
here.
would.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So I'll just
Well-
go here to make sure it doesn't.
Well, if you go there, you're giving an attack of opportunity to the main guy with the OP weapon.
It's fine. I'll do the deck save.
Okay.
Okay,
alright.
yeah, right. Roll me a deck save, please, Illyrian, and then I'll make these guys roll it too.
That's an 8.
Yes, that is a failure, so you take the full damage from this.
Okay.
Which would be... Roll the damage for us. 7 damage once again.
Okay.
You do take out one of them, though. This guy's taken out. And of course the other two are affected by the lightning. Sort of hitting them from unexpected angles, so to speak.
And just for style points, Quarry is going to attempt to telekinetically shove this guy to the north of him. Just for another quick, almost like using the after energy of the breath to kind of turn and let loose a small shout just to try and push him. So just so if Buck needs to make some move, I don't know. I'm just moving people around. So 14.
Yes, that is... very nice. Okay, so that would be a fail. So you push him 5 foot. That's a 2 on his save.
I control the battles. Quarry controls the battlefield.
You are the battle master who isn't a battle master.
Exactly. And outside of slight bloody tears, that'll be the end of my turn. Oh, is it a free action to eat the berry?
Yes. For 1 health.
Just pops the berry in his mouth and chews it while trying to look very stern, despite the fact that he's close to bursting into tears from the pain.
Okay. Sylvester, what do you want to do? You suddenly have this hooded, masked figure in front of you.
Oh, you're a bored one. Let me survive your dinner first. And the same, so I'll move my hunter's mark over his head as that sigil appears, and as he dodges that firebolt from Illyrian, I'll drop my longbow and draw my short swords and swing at him with
Very
this,
nice. Okay.
this sort of curved blade. 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay, I'll swing again my offhand. 17 to hit.
That will hit, yeah.
Alright, and he'll take 7 damage from my offhand attack.
Very nice. Yeah, so you just miss. You miss with the first because he blocks it, but while he's blocking, you're able to quickly hit him with your second short sword.
That's my turn.
Okay, Buck, what do you want to do?
Buck is still angry. He's crying. He's gonna swing at the one between me and Kato.
Yep, go ahead.
That's a 22.
Yeah, go ahead, roll that damage.
So that's going to be 10
They are
piercing.
gone. They just slam with your rapier. You're not even trying to pierce or stab anymore. You're just slamming with it.
Just-
and you just cut him up.
Just slam him down into the ground. And that's all that Buck's going to do. He's just gonna be crying.
Okay, this hooded masked figure is going to attack Sylvester. There's a 20 and a 14.
14 will miss.
Okay, you take 9 slashing from his attack.
Alright, I will make a concentration check for Hunter's Mark.
Yes, for Hunter's Mark, please.
I still have that.
Yep, keep it up, that's 17. And he's then going to actually bonus action again to once again cast Misty Step. And then once he's Misty Stepped, Kaito and Sylvester, you see he's running towards the back of the wagon.
Okay.
Okay, Kaito. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna risk the opportunity attacks. Move up to this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'll roll 2 attacks of opportunity on you. So that would be a 9 and a 21.
21.
That would be 4 slashing.
And then once Kato is upon the guy, she tries to stab him with the rapier.
Okay.
Come on.
That'll hit. So that is 5, and then 2 from the 2 extra from your genie. So 7 total.
He also had hex on him, didn't he?
I had hex on this dude. This is the dude I had hex on.
Yes, you're right. So actually, this would be the full. So yeah, he takes D8. Yeah, so that's a lot of damage. And actually, that is 13 damage.
And Kato gives a smile and says, "Not gonna get away from us so easily."
Okay, the captain is going to now attack Quarry, since Quarry just tried to breathe on him.
That's breath.
See? That is a nat 1.
Ooh.
And then a 14.
Both miss. Quarry puts
Very
up the
nice.
shield, just boom, boom.
Okay, Illyrian, what do you want to do?
Panic? Yeah, Illyrian is going to it would be a disadvantage to fire at this guy in front of
Yes,
me,
because
right?
he's within melee combat range of you.
Okay, do I... You know what? Yeah, in a panic, the pages of the spellbook seem to flip just with Illyrian's thoughts, and a symbol lights up on one of the pages, and 3 glowing darts of magical force shoot out towards the guy in front of them.
Okay, roll the damage.
So that is
Just roll 1 and use it 3 times if that's easier.
It's 5 damage each time anyway. So 15 points of
15
damage total.
He's gone. It's like this guy runs towards you, and out of like hesitation, you quickly like the spellbook just opens from your mind. You just shoot out the 3. The first one like knocks him. The second one knocks him to his knees, and the third one just hits him in the chest. And he just falls face first.
Did you just gun a man down? Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, in a panic, seeing the masked guy run up towards the back of the wagon, will start running, like, up onto the bridge, past all the corpses, to try and get to the back of the wagon as well, and that's my go.
Okay,
Thank you.
Don't mind all the corpses. Just step over those.
Yep, just daintily stepping over them, don't want to get blood on the already kind of ratty shoes.
Oh, they can't reach Sylvester, so they're just going to keep going for who they can attack. It's going to be a flank on Quarry. Possibly taking down the little guy.
Wouldn't the one that was above me take an opportunity attack?
From who?
You had one of the henchmen move from here to here.
Yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity on him.
They were still in your. They were still in your.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I realise.
Okay.
You can take the attack of opportunity on him because it won't kill him.
Never know that.
I do.
That's a nat 20.
Never mind, it might.
Prove the DM wrong. Give what the dice
So that is...
Yeah, he's dead. He is dead.
Yeah.
I wish I could high five you right now.
That's
So you
amazing.
got, I see this guy go out and
You didn't let me finish my sentence. My sentence was he won't die unless you happen to roll a nat 20. That's what I was going to say.
Yes, sure.
I see this guy trying to get around my little guy next to me, and I'm not having it.
Unfucking believable. I don't know if I'm angry or proud.
Here, God
Or
tell
both.
you can't
Both.
do it,
Probably
and the dice god says, yes, you can.
I hate the dice god so much.
Oh, and
What a-
Jesus said, I bless thee.
I hope you know that our Jesus giveth and taketh away, so one day that's going to happen to you. Okay. The other one will still attack you, don't worry, but it will be without the -2, which is a 15.
15 misses.
Okay. And then next up is a dead guy, so he doesn't get a go, so it's Quarry. And then we top of the order is up next.
Quarry, kind of very happy that Buck protected him, gives a smile and then just like surges his bright roar forward, aiming to stick it in the chest of one of the captains.
Okay, roll to hit. 14 will, let me see. Just hit.
Just hit. You know what? I'm gonna make that a divine smite.
Oh, okay. What? So a first level divine smite.
First
instead.
level.
Go ahead.
Yep. So that's 2d8. Plus,
So 5, and then add the 2d8 to it.
plus
He's down.
he gets like
18
I
damage.
like to imagine he's like, as he leans back, Quarry just breathes on the blade, just like making it spark with lightning and radiance, as he just stabs him through the chest, and does a little kind of fist bump with his shield, like, yeah! Oh, I was killed a man. And before he pulls the blade back.
Okay, Sylvester, you see this lot more manageable fight ahead of you here, with only one of these little henchmen still around, and the masked guy being the only two left.
Alright, well, seeing the masked guy running for something, I can't have that, so I'll pick up my longbow again and move forward a bit and take a shot at him.
Go ahead.
That's a 14.
That'll miss.
Alright, that's right. Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action, since I moved forward about 15 feet, so I will actually, you'll see Sylvester look up at the moon and just say, Father, be with me, and you'll see his body start to dissipate into like these tiny silver insects and into this little cloud of tiny silver insects which will like disperse and reappear on this bank. And I think I can use the rest of my movement to get up right next to this guy as well.
Okay,
That'll be my turn.
very nice. Next up is masked guy's turn.
You skip Buck.
Yes, for some reason I did, because I'm very smart. Buck, what do you want to do?
Buck is gonna flank the last little guy and try and take him out.
Go ahead.
10.
10 will hit because it's 12 minus 2.
Nice.
JC.
So that is 12 piercing.
He's gone as well. There's only masked guy left.
Buck's gonna use his last bit of movement to just start heavy running towards the masked guy.
Okay.
It's like being chased by a bear.
The masked guy on his turn is going to look at you, Kato, after you so meanfully insulted him on his last turn, or on your last turn. And he reaches a hand out, and his hand suddenly grabs at your neck. And it will be... you are down, so that's 12 damage from Vampiric Touch.
Oof.
Oh crap, yeah.
Which means he then heals for 12.
Isn't it-
You are knocked unconscious by that, Kato.
Yep.
Like what all of you see is Kato standing confident before suddenly a single hand reaches out and raises Kato off the ground, and like almost the skin goes pale or paler as his arm, which you can see very little skin on, his arm's almost entirely covered, but what skin you can see is covered in this almost purple energy, as he seems to strengthen and some of his wounds heal again. And he is going to take an opportunity attack from Sylvester because he doesn't really care.
Okay.
And he's going to grab at the lead box in there. So go ahead, Sylvester. You can roll it for me.
Oof, that's a natural one.
That's a natural one. Yeah. You see this from Kato, and perhaps your emotions overwhelm you a bit as you swing with your short sword, but it just misses the mark. And he reaches and he grabs whatever the lead thing in there is, and he's holding onto this lead box, and he begins to almost seem to run away. It's full distance. Well, technically, that's only 25 foot. So he moves there. Kato, roll me a whispered death saving.
Oh, whispered. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Never mind. You're back up with 1 HP.
Oh gosh. When does the death save happen again? At the start or end of the turn? I need to look at that.
End of your turn. So your turn is already over.
I...
But you are now. But thanks to that natural 20 on the first death save of the game,
Hell
which
yes.
I don't know what that's a foreboding of.
We're gods.
You are back
We're
up.
gods.
You are not gods. You're not golden gods. Don't jump off a cliff.
It's tough to be a god.
You are back up with 1 HP, but you are still prone. But that's the end of your turn. Next up would be Illyrian.
Okay, 10, 15, 20, 25. Running past other side of the cart, reaches the back of it, sees this guy running away, and just again the same symbol lights up and 3 darts shoot out
Oh,
from the
nice.
book.
Okay, roll it once, and then we'll multiply it by 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. 2.
Okay, so that would be
6.
6 damage dealt to him. Just shooting into his back, just poof, 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 3 of them into his back.
And yep, no, that's all I can do. That is annoying. Okay.
Okay, Quarry, what do you want to do?
Quarry takes a minute, holding his shield and sword, not realising the fight that's going on, as his breathing just gets heavy, just covered in blood, before he hears everyone scuffering past the bridge, and kind of springs back to his alertness. He just 5, 10, 15. He's going to dash. And then, as a bonus action, he just kind of takes a deep breath and just says as he tries to telekinetically pull him in, almost like he's breathing him close, like a gust of wind. So that'd be DC 14. And he's trying to pull him back 5 feet.
Okay. So you're pushing him back,
So
or are you pulling him? Or
I'm pulling him.
Let's see. 16
16
on his strength save.
He's not pulled then. That'd be it then.
Okay, Sylvester.
Alright, I'm going to look sort of at the mark on my hand again with sort of a bit of fear, a bit of trepidation, but I'll clench my fist and this time I'm going to use my phase step to move 30 feet again, to dissipate and reappear again next to him with my short swords drawn, and I'll swing at him twice.
Okay. That'll hit. That's a 23.
Nice. Okay, so this one it'll be 11 slashing damage, and the second one will be that's just an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
I'll just sort of block his path here and end my turn.
Okay, Buck. What do you want to do?
So Buck has started heavy running, and his momentum is just keeping him going. He's going to just keep running. He has 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
So Buck's gonna get up behind him, and I think Buck is gonna try and grapple him.
Okay, so it'll be his acrobatics versus your strength.
Yeah. Do I roll strength or athletics?
Athletics. He'll roll acrobatics.
That's a 24.
This is 24. It's a tie. And I do ties as we roll again.
Alright.
Do you have advantage from rage?
Oh, you should
Yeah.
on athletics checks.
Ooh.
You should have advantage because you're currently raging.
Okay, so...
Actually, did you attack last turn?
yes.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, so yeah, your advantage doesn't give you anything here, but on this roll, which is a the rematch, you have advantage.
Okay. With it,
roll off
it's an 8 with advantage.
That is unbelievable. You rolled a 24 and an 18 on your first, and a 7 and 8 on your second. Oh my word! Let's see if he rolls worse.
What?
19.
No, don't.
I'm trying to grab him. The blood is, is
the first
slippery.
time you grab him and you hold on, but then the second time he just like moves his body to the side and you just let go on, and you just can't get a grip on him.
Alright, that's all I can do.
Right, on this turn. Oh, he's only got one of these slots, but it's probably the best thing he can do with it. Yeah, he's going to cast haste on himself, which then allows him to... He's going to give opportunity attacks, but he's going to sidestep and go. So both Sylvester and Buck get attack of opportunities on him.
20.
22.
Okay, 20 from Buck, 22 from Sylvester. Both of those hit. Roll me damage.
That's 14 plus 2.
And 12. I do 12.
Okay, he looks very weak, but he's able to run 60 foot away on this turn. And that distance is only going to gain. So I'm going to keep him here for now while he's in reachable distance, but only stuff like Firebolt is going to get him right now at that distance. So right now, from Sylvester, he is 40 foot away. Or is he more? Actually, no, he'd be 50 foot away.
Off
Okay,
screen,
Kato, what
or
you wanna do?
combined with how far from
In how far away he is. He is 50 foot away from Sylvester, so he's 30 foot off screen.
Okay, I might be able to get him then. Let's see. Oops. He's more than 60 feet from Kato, right?
Yeah, he's 65 foot away.
Oh, darn. So close. What can I do? I guess... sorry, I'm just checking the range on some stuff. Okay, he's out of the range of all my range stuff, so Kato will, dash. And,
Okay, yeah, that'll get you that
and,
far.
she'll, look to, Sylvester and say, "May your aim be true," and give you a d6.
Bardic
you.
inspiration, nice. Okay, Illyrian.
Yeah, so Illyrian is going to run up, be under this tree or by this bush. I can't tell. I don't know. I'm panicked, and again, I'm magic missiling this fucker into 120 feet.
Alright, is that your final spell slot? Just
Yes.
all of them. Magic missile, magic
If you
missile,
can't
Yes.
break
magic
his
missile.
concentration, he has exhaustion. So
Yes, that is true. If you break his concentration, he loses haste.
Oh.
For fuck's
For
sake!
the opportunity attacks,
What did you roll?
did he make Constitution saves then?
No, he did haste afterwards.
Okay. That's smart.
I
did
rolled
30
a 2,
30 foot,
so
then
that's
haste in
6 force damage again.
Okay, well, let's see his con save.
He has to make multiple, doesn't he? For each hit?
Yeah,
Yeah, so let's see. So 14,
yeah.
16, 12.
Yeah.
this is when the damage actually kills him.
With 6? No, he's still standing. He's been bloodied for a little while, but he's still standing.
That's all I can do. That's my go.
Okay, Quarry, you're up.
Quarry begins kind of rushing and thinking, like, what could he possibly do? Kind of seeing the guy rushing away, and he brings from his back a... Sorry, I thought my mic was off for a second. Brings out a javelin, and he's just going to try and line it up, kind of seeing how fast the guy's going. He's like, okay, I can do this, and he just long tosses the javelin. He should still be in the range, so that's...
What's the range on javelin?
30 for regular, 120 for disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage. He's well past 30 foot away.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's a disadvantage throw for you.
19 on the first one.
19 would hit, yes.
And that will be 5 piercing.
5 piercing.
Come on. Stab the guy in the back.
Concentration check.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sylvester, what do you want to do? I'm going to roll his con save at the same time. 19!
Okay. Well, I'm going to run forward by full movement, so I'll be 30 feet closer to him, and I will try and shoot him.
Go ahead.
Nat 20!
Crit.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Hell
no.
yes.
I do 24 piercing damage to him.
How do you want to do this?
Yes!
Seeing this javelin sticking out of his back, bathed in the moonlight, you see Sylvester's eyes briefly flash with that same silver as I run forward and just drop to slide into the perfect aiming archery stance, and from this guy's perspective as he's running away from me, he just sees this tiny little moth fluttering in his vision as he's trying to get away. It's tiny and beautiful, and he pauses for a moment to sort of follow it with his eyes, and he pauses for just one moment too long because the next thing he sees is the tip of my arrowhead as it goes right between his eyes.
Very nice. And that is the end of combat. He falls to the ground as the arrow hits him in the back of the head, and he drops this lead casing onto the ground as he himself slumps there. And then only his cape is left. As you see, the body itself almost seems to disappear.
Kato would run up and gingerly pick up the case.
You see it is almost sealed, seemingly, with this magical tome, magical rune on it, but the rune seems to fade, and now it seems open.
That all of them? Kato calls.
You do hear the sound of
Did you get them all?
as Pete slowly runs up behind you, very exhausted.
I believe so.
Great. Oh, that's one of the... You want me to identify them? That's one of them.
Yeah, you should do that. And the woman, I'll give you this to you to look over. I better check on the woman. And Kato does that, hands over the case to him, and then we'll stride over to the poor person in the box.
I just want to say, once the battle was over, the guy is dead. Quarry takes a second, and then all the adrenaline leaves his system, and he drops his sword and shield and just drops to the ground, and just curls up on the floor. Just sort of little.
Buck will come up next to you and just rub your back, even though you're wearing armor, so you can barely tell that he's touching you. He's like, there, little one. It is okay.
As you head off to check on this woman, Pete opens up the case and looks inside. Gives this smile at what he sees. He closes the case